going on, everybody? Today I got a Holy Grail action figure, and a figure that I had on pre-order for about 6 months. And I was at my local Target the other day, and they had the new wave of Black Series figures. And I happened to pick up a figure that I have been wanting for the past probably the whole life as a Black Series collector, so probably over 5 years now. And I know this came out as a Clone Wars release like 3 years ago, back in 2019, and Target exclusives. It's kind of funny and ironic that I found these Star Wars, the Black Series, Ahsoka's Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars at Target. This is a brand new Black Series figure, like I said. The Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars Ahsoka, recommendations 4 and up, Hasbro, 17 figure in the Ahsoka line. There's Anakin Skywalker on the side here. Got Anakin right here using the new Black Series inspired red box packaging, which is the new black box packaging, which it's kind of cool to see that the red boxes kind of made a surprise appearance back when they did contactless packaging. Over here is Anakin Skywalker. It says, in the world between worlds, Anakin Skywalker appears as former Padawan Ahsoka Tano to teach her one last cruel lesson. Yeah, so the World of the Worlds, not the War of the Worlds, that's a really popular radio drama back in the early 50s. The World Between Worlds is a little bit of a predecessor of like almost being in a time zone where you kind of like, it's like the Twilight Zone of Star Wars. Kind of in the middle of a time period, kind of fascinating, you kind of see the other Padawans, so it's from Rebels. It's kind of complicated to explain in a video, but as always, I am Saj the Boss, and I just cannot wait to crack open Anakin Skywalker, and it's just something I've just been really excited about for the longest time. So let's crack him open, and I cannot wait to see what he is. Crack open Anakin Skywalker. Also, I'm recording this video on my iPad, and I usually record on my phone, so let me know in the comments on what format you like to see my action figure videos in the comments down below. So without further ado, guys, this is my dream action figure, and I cannot wait to check out what Anakin looks like. And guys, here is what the packaging looks like for Anakin. So it looks really cool. It just got a mountain background for the World Between Worlds, which I could care less. It's mostly just for the really cool Clone Wars artwork of Hayden Christensen right here, and then this beautiful side art of Hayden. That's what really matters, the Black Series, but really cool. So let's crack them open. And the bubble here, looking very cool. I cannot believe I own a Hayden Christensen figure now. It took me a long time to acquire this figure. On the aftermarket, this figure is probably worth over like $200 to $300. So Anakin out of the box. First off, guys, we just have one little accessory here of Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. It looks so iconic. It's the one that Luke Skywalker got in New Hope. So it's just a very iconic lightsaber, and this really represents Revenge of the Sith. Anakin is always notorious for losing his lightsaber. So I'm wondering how many designs until he got like the final design he actually likes for the hilt. But the hilt alone is just so iconic to look at. And you got this nice blue blade going across there for the lightsaber, because it's Anakin Skywalker before he turned to the dark side. So really cool. I really enjoyed this. Very iconic. Just like my Return of the Jedi Luke's lightsaber, this is like number 2 in Star Wars for me. Probably my favorite hilt always has to go with Qui-Gon Jinn and Count Dooku and Ahsoka. Those are probably like the top 3 hilts for me. But Return of the Jedi, Luke's is my favorite. Okay, guys, so here is Anakin Skywalker out of the package, and I already said that, but here he is up close. His head sculpt, ladies and gentlemen, looks second to none to Hayden Christensen. It is so well represented with the photo reel in the paint apps. So this figure is Hayden. This is Hayden Christensen back in Clone Wars attire, not like voice acted by the original actor, which is really nice too, but you got the classic scar on him. Got this weird indent on for his eyebrow right here, which is kind of weird on my screen. I don't know what happened to the plastic here, but the eyebrows look really good too. The eyes are just really well done. Really nice facial expression here. His hair just looks gorgeous throughout. Just looks like Hayden Christensen. A much younger version of Anakin. This takes place probably 3 years after Attack of the Clones at this point. We got this beautiful armor for Anakin, and it has this nice shoulder armor that just looks absolutely gorgeous. All through and through here. You got the Republic of the Jedi logo, which is amazing. You get the Jedi logo right here on the shoulder pad. Other pad doesn't really get that. You got this beautiful red arms beautiful soft goods going through the figure. The belt alone just looks very well detailed. Belt and the sculpting just looks absolutely stellar here. Got the iconic glove that Count Dooku tore off of him back in that epic duel in Revenge of the Sith. Well, not Revenge of the Sith, I'm talking about Attack of the Clones where he lost his hand. So we got to see that iconic robot hand. It's really cool. It's almost like all Skywalker men have that trait of losing a hand. So it's going to happen to you, whether it's a Skywalker or not. If you carry the generation, you're going to lose a hand. So it is what it is. But it's really iconic. You can actually see how big the cybernetic is. It's like a big gauntlet for his hand. But that thing is like heavy as heck for him. And his other gauntlet is just much normal size for Anakin. And then he has boots. Really nice boots and sculpting here. I absolutely adore every single detail of these boots. They just did an outstanding job of sculpting this figure through. Okay guys, Anakin does smell like a brand new Black Series figure, and he just looks amazing in hand. It's easily my dream action figure, and I cannot believe I have him in my hands right now. It just looks absolutely stunning to see Anakin Skywalker up close like this. So his articulation, guys, is really tight for the arms. His arms can just move up about this much, guys. Just be very careful. Brand new out of the box. Because he has the soft goods on. He does have ab crunch that moves forward, moves back, waist swivels, a little bit of waist pivot. He does have a double jointed elbow, which is a really nice brand new sculpting for Anakin Skywalker. He only has pin legs, so they're reusing the legs here, which kind of sucks. I thought everything was pinless. The arms alone are pinless, but the legs are not. But his legs do move out this much. Really good stance. He does have a double jointed knee that can move about this much. His legs can spread about this much, guys. You get him in some sweet action poses. Just be careful with the tunic, because the tunic alone, you have to fold it back over because you don't want to mess with it, because he also has like a red skirt overlay like underneath the tunic alone. So if you can see that there, so he has that tunic covering majority of Anakin there. So that is really cool. That's pretty much his articulation, boot swivel, and he does have some wrists that move side to side. So yeah, get him loaded up, and I will show you him with some of the other cool Jedi that I have in my collection. So yeah, this is just a well worth it action figure for sure. Running into battle with some droids here in the background, so it's really cool to see him right here compared to notoriously his favorite droid, R2-D2. It's really cool to see both of my favorite characters, R2-D2 and Anakin Skywalker, running into battle together side by side in the Clone Wars. I don't think anyone has got Anakin in this really cool pose where his arms kind of like crossed like this, about to defend some blaster bullets from the droids. It just looks absolutely stellar with R2. I do have Captain Rex and I do have Ahsoka, but when those three together, it's going to make an epic display for sure. It's just so iconic to see these two side by side though. So there's Sky Guy and R2, all kind of like this basic kind of pose that you can just actually put him in with his lightsaber. Kind of give all my Jedi some neutral lightsaber holding poses. Like they're about to turn on their lightsaber and they're about to start charging. Like Kit Fisto back here, Anakin, and there's Mace Windu over there. But this figure alone, guys, is easily the best Black Series figure that I have personally in my collection. I know I say that a lot with a lot of my figures, but this is easily one of the best figures I have in my collection. Easily the best prequel figure I have in my collection is this Anakin. Like, my favorite figure ever in my collection is my Darth Vader for Black Series, and then it goes to my Luke and my Ewoks, and then Anakin, obviously. But it's just really cool to see him in his likeness, and it feels so surreal to get a Anakin Skywalker again in the collection. This is my first Anakin from Black Series, and I gotta say, if you guys never owned an Anakin figure, go check out your Targets. This is supposed to take off pre-orders in June, and I'm glad I got it when I did. And for everything, the sculpt, articulation, it just second to none. It's easily some of the best articulation Black Series has ever done. And it's really nice that they can actually hide the pins by making it all soft goods, which the soft goods just make it so much better and so much easier to pose. It makes it more lifelike. And at the end of the day, Anakin is just always one of my favorite characters, and I'm just so grateful to have him in my collection. And as always, I am Saj the Boss, and this figure is a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later for more videos like this in the future.